This is the money timeline.
Everyone is waiting for everything to be perfect, right? You sit there and you say to yourself, once conditions improve, once my resources increase, once I have enough money, then I will finally start. But let me tell you something, my friend. Life doesn't work that way. Life doesn't wait until you are fully ready. It doesn't care about your comfort zone. While you are busy making plans for the perfect moment, time is ticking away, and that moment never actually arrives. The brutal truth is this: the perfect moment is a myth invented by those who are too afraid to try. I want to take you back in time and tell you about two ordinary men who changed the world with absolutely nothing. The first one was a child who spent his entire life battling chronic illnesses. He was unable to sleep at night due to excruciating, burning pain in his body. His name was Blaise Pascal. The other man was living quietly in a provincial town far away from the capital. His main profession was law. He was just an ordinary lawyer. His name was Pierre de Fermat. These men did not have today's unlimited opportunities. They didn't have high-speed internet, massive budgets, mentors, or wealthy armies backing their ideas. In fact, Pascal's situation was even worse. His father had strictly forbidden him from learning mathematics when he was just a child. His father literally locked away all the books because he thought math would ruin his son's health. Think about that for a second. Your mind is absolutely starving for something. You feel a burning passion inside your soul, but the person closest to you builds a massive wall right in front of your face. So, what did Pascal do? Did he sit in the corner, cry, and give up, saying, "I guess this is just my fate. I guess this is how things are"? Absolutely not. He locked himself inside his dark room, grabbed a simple piece of charcoal from the fireplace, and discovered geometry entirely from scratch, all by himself. He was literally drawing complex mathematical shapes on the bare wooden floorboards of his room. He didn't have a teacher. He didn't have a textbook, but he had something much more powerful: a fire inside his heart that recognized no external obstacles. If a sick child can rewrite the laws of mathematics on a dirty floor, what is stopping you from taking action today? Part 1. The big picture behind defeat. Now, take a good look at your own life. Look at the things you complain about every single day. You say, "I'm too tired," "I'm completely exhausted," or "I am working so hard, but I am not getting rewarded for my efforts." Do you honestly think Pascal got immediate rewards for his hard work? Let me tell you what happened next. His father was working as a tax collector, destroying his own health by doing endless manual calculations late into the night. Pascal loved his father, so he spent 3 grueling years of his life inventing the world's very first mechanical calculator to help him. It was a historic, monumental success, right? Well, not in the way you think. The production cost of that machine turned out to be so astronomically high that nobody could afford it. He couldn't sell a single unit. The business failed completely. He went financially bankrupt, and years of his incredibly hard work, tears and sweat, simply gathered dust on lonely shop shelves. To an outsider, to a superficial observer, this looks like a total, humiliating failure. But history does not see it that way. That exact machine, which gathered dust on a shelf centuries ago, became the very first fundamental step toward the computers, laptops, and smartphones you are holding in your hands right now. Listen very carefully to this, because this is the turning point for you. No legitimate effort you make today, even the ones you think are completely wasted, is actually lost. Its time simply hasn't come yet. The universe does not waste energy. The painful defeat you suffer today, the doors that are being slammed in your face right now, they are not punishments. They are the raw material, the setup, and the foundation for the great success story you will proudly tell tomorrow. During that exact same period, Fermat, that provincial lawyer I mentioned, was also racking his brain over complex mathematics in his spare time. Remember, this man was not a professional academic. He didn't get paid for this. It was just a hobby, a side hustle for him after a long day of legal work. But he had a pure, unadulterated passion and a never-ending curiosity. In the summer of 1654, a few letters began to exchange between Pascal and Fermat. They were just trying to solve a silly riddle left behind at a gambling table by a frustrated gambler. But through those simple letters, they accidentally discovered the probability theory that completely rules our modern world today. By trying to solve a problem on a gambling table, they unlocked the future of human society. The stock market, modern insurance, global economics, and risk management. They didn't wait for a grand laboratory. They built the future from a hobby. Part 2. Carve your own path. Do you know what the most fascinating part of their story was? The way they thought was completely opposite. Fermat moved forward using pure numbers, cold logic, and strict algebraic formulas. Pascal, on the other hand, thought completely visually. He painted the pictures in his mind and created what we now call Pascal's triangle. Two completely different minds, two entirely opposite methods, walking down two separate paths. Yet, they both reached the exact same, flawless, correct result. So, let me ask you this. Why do you constantly look at other people on social media or in your everyday life and tear yourself apart? Why do you look at their success and think, I can't do it like them, I don't talk like them, I don't work like them, so I must be on the wrong path? Stop comparing your behind-the-scenes footage with everyone else's highlight reel. Let them walk their own path. What matters in this life is not someone else's validated method. It is the unshakable, deeply rooted confidence you must have in yourself and your own unique style. Your opportunities do not need to be identical to anyone else's. Your background doesn't need to look like theirs. What actually matters is what you choose to do with the exact resources you have in your hands right now. Pascal's life later on. He suffered a horrific carriage accident and literally looked death straight in the eye. The trauma was so severe that he decided to leave everything behind: his reputation, his scientific unvarnished glory, his wealth. He walked away from the world and secluded himself inside a quiet, isolated monastery. All his critics and rivals laughed. They said, "It's over for him. The genius has lost his mind. He gave up." But true greatness cannot be suppressed by walls. One night, years later, Pascal woke up in his monastery bed with a completely unbearable, agonizing toothache. He was driven nearly mad by the physical pain. So, what did he do to survive the night? Just to distract his mind from the brutal physical agony, he returned to the complex geometry problems he had abandoned years ago. And out of that dark night, out of that raw physical suffering, he brought forth brilliant new discoveries about the cycloid curve that shook the entire mathematical world once again. This is what true dedication looks like. Physical pain cannot stop you. Terrible conditions cannot bind you. Your current environment cannot trap you. If the value inside your soul is real, if your hunger for success is authentic, it will always find a way to break through the surface. It will manifest itself even in the darkest night and amidst the greatest suffering imaginable. Part 3. Take action now. I want you to stop everything you are doing, look in the mirror, and ask yourself a very serious question. What is your actual excuse? What is the lie you keep telling yourself to justify staying comfortable? How can you possibly know that this lonely effort you are racking your brain over today, the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices that nobody else seems to care about or notice, won't be the exact thing that changes your life completely in the near future? Pascal's painful life shows us a profound truth. Perfection is a total lie. Illnesses, financial bankruptcies, bitter disappointments, and sudden shifts in direction are not errors in the system. They are not mistakes. They are the essential paragraphs, the necessary chapters that build the depth of your personal story. Fermat proves to us that you do not have to be a top-tier, certified professional with a fancy title to leave a permanent mark on this world. That pure, quiet passion burning inside you when nobody is watching is more than enough to change everything. So, I am telling you today, stop running away from the uncertainty. Stop hiding from the exhaustion. Stop complaining about the lack of support. Embrace the struggle. Step into the arena and face it head-on.
Throughout human history, those who stayed behind in safe, quiet harbors, waiting for the perfect weather, never made history. They were forgotten by time. History was exclusively written by the brave souls who had the absolute courage to sail straight into the open, terrifying seas, despite the raging storm and the complete lack of certainty. So, let's have an honest conversation right now. What is your excuse today? Are you going to continue sitting on the sidelines, waiting for conditions to magically improve? Or are you finally going to take that massive step despite the storm around you? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and share your raw thoughts and your story with me. Let's build a community of people who refuse to quit. If you want to support this channel and make sure you don't miss more powerful videos like this, hit that like button right now and subscribe to the channel. The clock is ticking. The choice is yours. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.